Okay, just doing a quick review of the Baryonyx Manticore and Arctic Fox stones. Sold by Baryonyx Knife Company. They are economical, very effective stones. I really like the Arctic Fox. The feel on this guy is surprisingly high quality. I'm not sure what he's asking for these currently, but they're definitely worth every penny. Um, I don't use them with oil, with water. Have really good feedback. The Manticore is basically just a no-nonsense reprofiling stone. In that respect, it works very well. It works better if you can really get on it, lean on it, for doing heavier work. If you're looking for something just to quickly reset an edge bevel, it'll do it, but it might leave some scratches above the shoulder or whatever. That's not really what it's made for. Although it'll do that if you recondition it with loose grit, or it's a pretty good surface right out of the box. Just don't use it too heavy, and eventually it might glaze up or something and need to be reconditioned again. But it'll work very well in like a medium coarse, just a regular coarse stone mode. If you get on it a little bit, it starts to cut more and more aggressively. So if you're doing things like woodworking tools, you can really get on it, and the surface stays pretty well refreshed for a long time. I've done a bunch of work on the backside after I reconditioned this thing, and the only thing that's loaded up on there is some rust, and that comes right off with more work. I just replace it with more. It's a very good stone for the money. If you want to cut more aggressively, let some of the grit build up, and that'll help excavate some of the glazed stones out of there. Same thing with the swarf. Just don't rinse it as often. If you're using it with less pressure, more of just a normal coarse stone, then I would say rinse it more often, because of the grit that's coming off. Can scratch your edge above the shoulder or whatever. It's a pretty aggressive sized abrasive. On the plus side, because the bond is so strong, it doesn't leave you with like a dubbed edge like a lot of the softer coarse stones will. You know, everything's a trade-off. So there you have it, nothing fancy. Get the job done. This guy here is this is the Arctic Fox. I keep mine in water. I tried one side with oil a little bit, it worked. I like it a lot better with oil. This thing's got a really good feel to it. Good feedback, leaves a nice edge. It is capable on most steels of going right over that Manticore and refining the edge. If you're doing utility work, that's actually a fine enough edge to leave your chisels at, stuff like that. And for most kitchen knives, very good. Anything you want more from a utility standpoint, you can get by either steeling this edge or stropping it. Or you can just leave it the way it is, right off the stone. And I'm not sure what the Manticore is rated at. I'm going to guess about an 80 grit maybe. And for this to be probably between a 6 and an 800. On most steels it's capable of working out almost all of those scratches. So again, nothing fancy. I'm going to give this guy just one or two really light passes by way of a micro bevel. I normally don't do that at this grit. I just let the stone kind of express itself, but coming straight off of that core stone, I want to make sure I get every last burr remnant off the edge. And it does a very good job. This is a Vic utility knife. The stainless is good quality. It's not quite in that cheap gummy stainless category, but it is a little bit gummy. The Arctic Fox has no problem dealing with the burrs, and I always at least drop on paper. Almost always. And for utility edge or in the field, whatever, unless you're looking for a real fine chopping edge, the Arctic Fox produces a very, very nice all-around edge. It's probably, I don't know, a third again as refined as a Norton India stone. And so, without dumping a whole bunch of newspaper in my bath, you can see that it's catchy. Makes a very good edge. Okay, well anyway, I've been meaning to make a quick video review because I really do like this stone. I wish he made it in a 3x10, but whatever. The 2x8 works really well. It's a good size for just about everything. I'm spoiled. I like everything 3x10 now, all my stones. But in any event, thanks for watching. Check this stone out, Baryonyx knife. He's got a whole bunch of other really cool stuff on his site. He does make this in a puck that I have considered getting. It works so well with water that it would be an ideal thing to take with you camping or whatever. And again, you can't go wrong with the Manticore. They're priced to move, and they can put a hurting on just about any steel that you need to. Again, if you are using them in a casual core stone roll, you will have to maybe recondition it a little more often. If you're using it in a heavy-duty reset mode, it'll refresh itself for a good long time. I use one side for the really heavy work, usually just woodworking tools where I don't care about scratches above the bevel or whatever. And then I've got the other side I use just for casual reconditioning. Anyway, thanks for watching. Check it out. Good stuff.